Welcome. Good day, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from down under Brisbane, Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you from whichever part of the globe you are at to come in, have a listen to this fantastic speaker that we've got today, particularly on the topic of biohack. Now, before I deep dive into the speaker, let me just introduce you a little bit to myself. Who is this guy called David Nair? As a keynote speaker, a performance coach, a speaker in multinational companies across the globe, I've been in the industry of coaching and mentoring for the last 20 years. And one of the key things I do out of that is to particularly focus in on providing what my ambition and aspiration in relation to the purpose that I drive this particular avenue, which is to create a mindset shift, a heart set shift, and a soul set shift in 1 million people across the globe, increasing the standard of living and that of their generations to come. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you back into this particular program. It's none other than one of the key players that I've got today. His name is Nadeem, international hockey player. Let me just read him out here. International hockey player, a wellness coach. He himself is an author, president of an organization. In part, he is also the founder and CEO of Active Life. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nadeem. Hi, Nadeem. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much, Nadeem. And I truly appreciate your time in coming across and sharing your knowledge on particularly on fitness and what you can do with individuals. This concept of biohacking. You know, when you just told me some weeks back that you want to talk on it, I began to wonder, what is biohacking? Can you just enlighten people on that, please?
Yeah. See, actually, biohacking is the longevity. How to live life for longer time and be happy. So you have two ages. One is biological age and one is chronological age. Age, according to our date of birth, we all grow older. But what we can do is we can hack our aging by following good lifestyle habits. I am actually doctor in lifestyle management. So I was actually helping people from past 25 years to be healthy. I have worked with so many hospitals. I was a consultant for so many wellness retreats. So I have seen different corporate world. Everybody wanted to be healthy. People think that by paying so much of money, they can be healthy. So unfortunately, health cannot be bought. Like a tablet, you take it and you'll become healthy. So how to hack your biological age? That is called biohacking.
And in this biohacking, you break it up into both sectors you mentioned just now. Now, why don't we deep dive into one, mainly the health first, then we get into the age category. In health, can you just expand that a little bit? Some of the areas that we need to look at, talk about, and enlighten the audience?
Sure. See, health is, according to World Health Organization, health is not merely absence of disease. Health is a state of physical, mental, emotional, psychological, spiritual well-being. They just added spiritual part recently. So what happens is health means just not having six packs or something like that. Health means you have overall this thing, mental, physical, emotional, and everything. So when we talk about that, first is how to be like a Superman and Superwoman. So you need to be in the proper shapes. That is the first step for a proper, biohacking or longevity or looking good or feeling good and all that. Lot of people today, they are eating food. They are not using their body as a, food can be medicine, it can be poison. The kind of food we select and we put into our stomach will actually give us good results. Lot of our ancestors, they used to go and take all the herbs available near to them, and they used to eat all those herbs, fruits, whatever nature is giving to them. So we have started disconnecting from nature. We started eating all processed food. We started eating all the stored food in the supermarkets, which will be stored for so many days. To store that, they put a lot of preservatives. So we are actually spoiling our stomach. We are spoiling our system. Second is we used to have coconut water. So coconut water is nature is giving to us. It's like a energy drink, but unfortunately no sportsman or no superstar or the celebrities goes and give the advertisement for coconut water. So they give Coke, Pepsi and things like that, so people think it is a great thing and they go on drinking all the unhealthy stuff. Second comes the physical fitness. As I said, you need to be look like a superman, a superwoman. So you need to have proper measurements. Okay, once you are in that proper measurement, that means you don't have more fat in the body. Your
Mm.
metabolic system will be high. As we grow older, we deteriorate our muscle tissues as we grow older. So when we have lesser muscle tissues, that's where we become uh, unhealthy. Our metabolic system will go down. So to improve that, we need to do some strength exercises. Strength exercises can be done in our ancestors. They used to go cut the trees, they used to carry a lot of water and things like that. They used to do a lot of physical labor or strength building exercises. Now the generation today, we just sit in front of computer, we don't do anything. That's where our muscles are becoming weak. Once the muscles become weak, your posture will become like this, your stomach will come up, all the muscles will become weak. So that you have to replace it with either you're doing your freehand exercises like push-ups, squats, abs. There are so many exercises which can be done with our own body weight, or you can go to the gym, do proper exercises to build more muscle tissues. So it will increase the metabolic system, burn more calories, and you will be in the shape and
Right.
you look like younger. See, if you see a lot of heroes or heroines who look younger than their age. If you take
Mm.
Rekha, a heroine in Indian film industry, she's 70 years, but she looks very sexy, very proper in this thing. There is a lot of ladies, there are a lot of heroes. Like, recently Shah Rukh Khan movie has come. He made six packs at the age of 55, 58 years old. So anytime, like Hrithik Roshan, he's almost like reaching to 50, but he looks very like a sculptured body. So this is what a lot of people wanted to achieve in their life. So that's where the biohacking and the different methods I'm going to talk about today.
Right. Now, in this aspect of biohacking for your physique,
Yeah,
how much of time can a person sacrifice? I'm using the word, huh, because that's the
yeah,
commercial term.
right, yeah, absolutely, yeah,
How much
absolutely.
of
Yeah.
time can the person sacrifice because
Hmm.
they're so much into a 9 to 5 syndrome, in some cases 9 to 9 syndrome? Where are
Yes,
they going to get extra time? They cannot walk down the street carrying a basket of fruit and trying to sell, which our
yeah,
grandparents did.
absolutely,
So,
yeah,
what is the alternative here? What can you do apart from doing your weights and everything in between your work? Is there some routine that you would suggest to
yeah,
begin
yeah,
with?
yeah. See, basically,
Ah,
that's what when you said sacrifice, a lot of people think they are sacrificing their time for exercise. According to them, exercise, they don't give value for exercise. That's the
right,
problem. They give value for money. So when you see the cost of health and the cost of good health is a huge difference. Now I can
right,
see there are people who have billions of rupees, but they cannot get up from the bed. They know the value of the health, good health. There are a lot of people,
yes,
they earn huge money, but they cannot enjoy it. They're just lying in the bed, they're popping up all the tablets. So health have so much of value. Once the people who understand the value of good health, what they will do is they will start spending. It is not sacrificing for them. For the people who understood the value of good health, people who don't understood the value of good health, they feel that they are sacrificing them this thing. So how to hack is the question what you're asking. So a lot
yes,
of people think I don't have time, I need to get up, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to go to the office, then traveling. All these things are there in their lot of people's head. So
mm,
you don't need to do any different thing. When you get up in the morning, suppose there is a lift. I stay in say 15th floor or 14th floor. If I can use the staircase to go down,
mm,
okay, or climb up to my house, it is I'm using 14 floors or 10 floors depending on your fitness levels. If you have 15 floor, come to 10 floors in the lift and use 5 floors for the walking. So you have to inject wherever you can. One is using the staircase wherever you available. Number two, just doing squats, in the sit, just sit and get up, sit and get up. Don't sit for longer time. All the IT people, not only IT, now today everybody is in the Zoom, everybody is in different thing. So they are not getting up from the chair. So not getting up from the chair is more dangerous than smoking. It is killing so many people. Okay, so getting up from the chair after half an hour or 1 hour, just go around.
Mm.
Don't need to go for a long term walks. Just move around, have some sip of water, move around. And if you have the chance, you do some push ups, go to the toilet and do some squats or do something. I'm asking just 30 seconds to 2 minutes. I'm not asking you to do 1 hour. So if you can do these kind of small things, this is what actually increase your burning capacity, and your heart rate will pump up, and the whole day you'll be active. So before lunch break, before tea break, so wherever you can possible, you do some strength training, some cardio exercise. And then actually telling, if you can spend half an hour to 1 hour time, either in the morning or evening, this one which I said is everybody has to implement. Apart from that, if you can spend half an hour to 1 hour to do some exercise, do some meditation, do some breathing. See, actually nutrition, when I'm talking about nutrition, pranayama, prana means the life. So when you do pranayama, you are giving a lot of oxygen to your body. When you take oxygen, God has given us the oxygen. Oxygen will go into your body and it will oxygenate every cell in your body. So
Yeah.
when you do pranayama, or when you do jogging, when you do something which will pump up your whole oxygen in your system, then every cell will become so happy.
Yeah.
And this is one of the hack for bioaging. A lot of people, they sit in front of computer that not even they breathe. They just take very very less oxygen. So then all the cells will die. So the more oxygen you take, fill with your whole body, then you will be more healthier, you will be more younger.
Nadeem, I'd really like to deep dive into this. Before we leave today, we
Yes,
got to make sure we can at least provide like a checklist of 5 or 6 elements that they can
mm,
do.
yes,
1 minute, 30 seconds, whatever. All you're
yeah,
trying to do is more metabolism into the system whilst
yes,
they're sitting down, and
yeah,
increase their breathing capacity, their heart rate, whatever you want to call it, all of that to scale it up.
yes,
Therefore, they then become indirectly health active,
yeah,
based on what
yes, yeah.
now. Can you come up with some suggestions in areas that walking up the stairs was one? Yes. What are some of the others they can do in an office environment, for example? We'll take some scenarios here. Office environment. What's a good one to do there?
See, nowadays everybody is working on this. Now, for
Hmm.
example, if somebody, it may not be useful for everybody, but some of the people, CEOs and all, what they are doing is they are taking treadmills. In the treadmill, there's a bench. Okay, you can even create at home. A lot of people work from home, so they are creating a bench kind of a thing, table kind of a thing on the treadmill. It is coming ready-made
Yep.
treadmills, so you
Hmm.
can work there and you can just do light walking. So what happens is, when you're walking instead of sitting, then your body will automatically start
Right.
working all the muscles. And
Right.
if you don't have that kind of facility, instead of using the chair, you can use the gym ball. The gym ball will be movable. I mean, it will not be stable. So to
Yeah.
sit there, you use different muscle tissues to stabilize your body. When you're stabilizing your core is the area which is stomach and
Hmm.
back muscles.
Hmm.
Then all the muscles are activated. You're
Hmm.
working your work, but to otherwise you'll fall down.
Hmm.
Okay, in the gym ball it will be unstable. So when you do exercise on not stable platform, lot of muscles will activate.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
from there are so many other ways you can do, like have two dumbbells at home, I mean in the office, and you can do it. Or in the office also, you a lot of people who is doing that nowadays, the boardroom meetings and all, they just get up, they do some activity before starting the meeting, they do dance, and so that their mentally oxygen will go, and they will start thinking creative, they start thinking better. Otherwise they will come, they will be sleepy, their mind will not activate, they will not able to think creative thoughts. So from there are so many ways, like, people who follow the proper biohacking techniques, they'll go to the restaurant before eating something. They do 20 burpees and push-ups, just 2 minutes. It takes 2 minutes time, and when they come out, the blood will be flushed in their face. It is like, they look very. It just take
Fresh.
2 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
fresh, and they can eat whatever they want after that.
And what you're saying is just do 2 minutes of it, and you can pile up your plate three more times.
Yeah. Then
But
again,
what you say is so true. I mean, I cannot understand how this is not being created like an awareness for people to understand the psyche. That's all it is. The lack of awareness now. I've noticed the example because I'm in the influence industry. When I go to certain seminars and conferences, I observe and I role model some of the speakers. Now,
right.
Tony Robbins is a classic guy. I don't know if you've heard of this guy,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
backstage before he comes on stage, he's got a trampoline
yeah.
and he does 8 to 10 minutes trampoline jump before he comes up
Jump.
because he
Yeah,
scales up his state. Okay. Now, and I observe others do similar types of exercise. One actually has a cold shower before he comes out just to get the circulation going. Now, these are what we call hacks. Today's term, we
yes.
should have a checklist of these hacks that because of the stage in which people are going, and I'm going to drive this with you so we can get something like that and put it up on the scale for some of our followers so they can actually use this as a template. Would you be
Yeah,
able to do that for us?
yeah, yeah.
I'm going to honor you. Excellent. So which means after the session, get something out like that so I can roll it out to the people and then get them to understand what are some of the things they can do on a regular basis. It's not so much to build a six pack, as you say. It's more to be
Yeah,
active, and that
yes.
can actually generate this enthusiasm, get people to do things more than they would normally do.
See, basically, I
Good.
have made so many. I have made so many videos. I have a YouTube channel, so there I
Uh-huh.
have done a lot of exercises. What you can do yourself. You don't need any, access to gym. You can do
Right.
push-ups, 10 push-ups. You can do 10 ab crunches. You can do back lifting. You can do squats. So we have so many muscles in the body. We need to activate that, and then you need to go stage by stage. Suppose you do today 5 times push-ups. Tomorrow slowly you can increase to 10, then you can do 2 sets, then you can do 3 sets, so that you'll have a muscular body, like I said, Superman. So
Mm.
a lot of people want to look like a Superman or Superwoman. So to become like that, you need to have zero size, or there is no fat should be there.
Right.
Okay, simple technique. You just fold here on your stomach, who are watching this thing. And some people get, see, for a male you should have this much of fat, and for female, because they give birth to babies and all, 1.5, this is a folic, this
One
much,
inch. Yeah.
1 inch, 1.5 inch for ladies. If it is more than that, maybe some people can get a tire kind of a thing here. So that
Right.
is the first indication that you are actually becoming overweight. You are
Right.
adding more fat to your body. See, lot of people get confused, cutting down the fat. See, a lot of people get confused. Life is so simple. Health is, it is very, very cheap, but we make it so expensive. We make it so costly. Okay. So first indication is check this and see that you have whether more fat or not. That's the first indication. Second, you go onto the scale and check whether you are in an ideal body weight. Ideal body weight is very, very important for anybody. So what happens is, according to your height, you should be in the particular weight, whether it's a male or female. So once you are that, that means you can prevent hundreds of diseases. Obesity is the biggest killer in the world. Second, because of obesity, there are a lot of lifestyle diseases like blood pressure, diabetes. It's called, uh, it's not like corona. If somebody have, you don't get it, but you can prevent this once you come into ideal body weight, once you cut down your fat. So a lot of people get confused is, if I don't eat the fat, I can cut down the fat. It's a wrong concept. You need a lot of fat because our brain will work with the fat. You need a healthy fat. So never cut down all the things to get good health. You need a balanced food. This is what I wanted to share. The balanced food is, we need carbohydrates, we need protein, we need fiber, we need all the things like vitamins, minerals, and all these things. This is available in the nature gives us everything. But the kind of selection what we are doing, we actually not taking what we want. We are
mm,
taking unnecessary things. We take a lot of carbohydrates. In India, they put rice like a hill, and they put the sambar and all that. So everybody have a different. If you go to north, I mean, the other parts of the world, they take bread. Bread is also not good because there are, they call three poisons. I'm not saying not good. I'm not saying don't eat, because the moment I say don't eat it, your mind will want to eat more.
more. Yes.
Okay, so I will never tell people not to eat this, not to eat that. I will create awareness so that they themselves stop eating that or reduce that. Okay,
Right.
see, actually the sweet, when we talk about sweet or sugar, the nature has given us all the fruits, and fruits have a lot of sweetness in that. That is good enough for us. But what we are doing, we are taking artificial sugar.
Mm,
They have calculated in one coke so many spoons of sugar. They drink a lot of coffee. Indirectly they are putting the sugar into their stomach. In Hyderabad, they say khadi chammach chai. That means in the tea they put a lot of sugar. Once you put the spoon, it doesn't fall.
it's that dense. The
Dense,
density is
yeah.
so high.
So they feel
Okay.
it's proud, like I'm having that kind of thing. So all these artificial things we don't need. Okay,
Right.
so
Right.
sugar is one. Three poisons, I said, three white poisons. Sugar is one thing. The second is maida. Maida is the second white poison. The third is salt. So if you
Oh,
can avoid or reduce this thing, even the salt also, a lot of people have a habit on putting a lot of salt on the salads, and after
yes.
food is cooked they add salt. See, actually that's what I say. These are the things which you have to understand what is going into your stomach. For example, I said the tea, or sweets. The whole day how much sweets or tea you are having, you just calculate, you just aware. When you are eating, just see what you are eating. Second is the salt. The third is the water is very good, very important, because the whole world, one third, I mean, so much of water is there. Yeah, please have it. So actually our body is like, when you see the nature has created so much of water and very
Right.
less land. Similar, our body also, we need so much of water and very less this thing. But unfortunately we don't have a lot of water. Actually this
Right.
starts from very ancient, like in olden days when the kids are crying, they are crying because of thirst. So mothers think we need to feed them, so they feed with the milk.
Right.
Okay, from that time the psychology will become, when you are hungry for water, we think we need to eat something. So the more water you take, you will be happy, instead of having food. But unfortunately
Right.
we go on eating the food thinking that it will reduce the thirst. So
Right.
water is very important. And like that, if I go on talking, there's so many things, vitamins, minerals. Like girls, the girls actually they lose a lot of iron from their body because of the
Yeah.
periods, because of this thing. So they need a lot of iron. So iron can be available through nature. There is a drumstick leaves. With that
Mm-hmm.
powder, so when we done some social cause, we went to a small school. All the kids are very pale. They don't have iron in their body. So what we have done is we have given them the powder of this drumstick leaves, and asked them to add into their food when they make some dal and all. So the iron levels has gone up. So like that, nature has given so many things to us. Calcium is available from so many fruits. So once you have that, you don't need a multivitamin, you don't need any other things. So that awareness is lacking. We are just following what the market is saying. Market is saying, for example, the oils we used to have in India, we used to have a lot of ghee,
Mm.
okay, or the cold press oils, which is very good for our health. But now a lot of other companies came and they said this is good for heart, this is this thing for all, heart healthy. So we were actually seeing that, and we are proudly eating. the taking that oils, which is not good at all. So as given the example, coconut water and Coke, and cold press oils are the key versus having some brand oils. So like that, unknowingly we go on spoiling our system. So you need to eat healthy, eat like a medicine. Whatever you're eating, you're putting in the stomach. And number two, the of calories. Quantity of calories means everything is available. So once you drink a lot of water, and then you have some salads will go and fill your stomach, because everybody have a bag. That bag, until it doesn't fill, you don't feel you're satisfied. So everybody has to fill the stomach with food. So you can fill with water, you can fill with salads. So once it fills, you need to taste everything. You need to have sweet, you need to have biryani, you need to have everything. But when you fill your stomach, after that, if you eat that, you will take little proportion. I mean, little
Small,
quantity, small
yeah,
quantity.
smaller quantities. Yeah.
Otherwise, we take a lot of biryani, lot of this thing, and we avoid all these other things. That's
Mm.
where the fat will accumulate. See, body doesn't know anything. Body waits, whatever going inside, it will burn according to the exercise what you're doing. After that,
Mm.
whatever you eat, even if you have fruits and all, it will convert into fat, more calories than you require, then convert into fat and stored in your stomach. Because and in our ancestors, what used to happen is they don't have food for longer time.
Right.
So whatever they eat, body convert it and store as a fat for later use. When they don't have food, the fat will be used. That's where they used to be in a balance this thing. So today we have food available in each step. If you go to a temple, they give prasad. If you go to a park, there will be so much available. If you go to a party, then food is
No.
unlimited. So
Yeah.
every step food is available. Yeah.
Continue. No, continue. I'm just going to
Yeah.
butt in.
Yeah.
One of the
So
things I wanted to get you to also share, you spoke
hmm,
so much about having a little bit of everything. Can you
hmm,
just, as a rule of thumb, have a hack on a meal, a plate?
yes.
Now,
Yeah.
if I'm going to eat lunch, can you
Yes.
just indicate to me just very quickly what
Yes.
quantity and what type should be on that plate?
Right. It's a very good question. See, what happens is, one is the nature gives a lot of things. So we have to eat seasonal foods. Nowadays,
Right.
we are actually spoiling the nature also. Mangoes comes in summer in India, but we are storing it, we are producing it even in the winters or other seasons. So
Ah,
why the nature gives that is, when the climate is very heat, this food will cool down your system.
right.
Okay, and when the climate is very cold, some of the foods will actually create heat in your body. So
Mm,
like that, nature has giving us from the nature proper foods. That is one thing. Number two, you're asking about the food plate. It's called thali.
quantity.
Yeah,
Mm,
it's called thali. So
okay.
every location, every area, there is a proper thali is available. If you go to South India, there is a rice, there is a sambar, there is a rasam, there is a curd. Okay, there is
Right.
everything available. So carbohydrates is there, protein is the sambar, the digestive enzyme is a rasam, and then we have curd, which is a cooling your system because of the climatic condition of South India. So if you
Right.
take all over the world, if you go to the Dubai or Middle East, they have a lot of red meat. With that, they have
Right.
salads, they have gava. If you go to Calcutta, they have few sweets, they have fish, they have this thing. So if you go to Kerala, there is a different food system which our ancestors used to have. But unfortunately, today what happens is there is a Swiggy's, there is so many things, there are restaurants which can give you anything. So today our selection is, I will sit here, I'll order for Arabian grilled chicken or mutton, and then the Kerala sweet, and there is something from Kerala, this thing, there is something from other
Calcutta.
place.
Yeah.
So we are breaking the plate. In in Middle East, they have a ghawa. The ghawa is a tea, black tea, which actually have a lot of antioxidant. With that, they have a lot of salad. With that, they have
Right.
small rice and huge quantity of say mutton or whatever,
Yeah.
beef or this thing. So we take only that, and then we add all the bad things in the plate of all the world, and we eating that now.
Right.
Okay, so
So,
now the question is how to eat a thing, proper
uh,
balanced diet is we need to have uh, 30 to 40% of food plate should be carbohydrates. Okay, then
yes.
we need protein will actually see everything will do something. Carbohydrates will give us the energy. Lot of people they go into the wrong paths, keto diet, this diet, they cut down zero carbs, and they have a lot of protein and other things, so which will be not long lasting. So that's what I'm saying, we need a it's called food pyramid, where we need a base is carbohydrates, but again it should not be 100%, it should be 35% or 40%. Then we need protein, then we need fiber. Fiber is very important. Fiber is the salads or fruits. This will go and fill the stomach. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this will clean your intestine, because a lot of intestine is not clean, so that will be clean when you have a lot of fiber.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then we need protein. As I said, every day we do some kind of work, and our muscle tissues get lost, and we need to repair that while sleeping. That repair will happen through the protein what we eat, so we need good number of protein. And we need
Uh-huh.
for taste buds, because until unless you don't give the taste buds, you are mentally you will not be satisfied. So that's where the achar and the sweet and these and that, so that can be taken a little quantity. So when this is a balanced diet, so you go to any part of the world, this is a balanced diet. So subway, what do you call, there is a carbohydrate, they put the roti or bread, and in
Yes.
that they put the protein, chicken or other stuff, and they put a lot of salad into that. So it's a
Yes.
balanced diet which he has created. But I have seen so many clients, they said, style, they say I'm going to subway and having the bread or something. So when I go and see, that guy is having uh, five portions. Okay, that's where they don't understand. They feel, having healthy food is good, but again the quantity, how much you are eating, is important.
Right.
So I just given the example of subway, but I'm not promoting subway. I'm saying, suppose you are a rice eater, you eat a little bit of rice, eat a lot of salads, eat protein into your food, and other a little for your satisfaction. So whichever part of the world you are. So carbohydrates can be bread, can be dosa, idli, or rice, or anything. Then protein, if you're a vegetarian, there's many sources like uh, you know uh, you can take a good nutrition from the vegetarian sources. There are so many bodybuilders who is a vegetarian, but they built very nice bodies. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a balanced diet. Yeah,
Right. Nadeem,
yeah,
we are. I'm surprised the time's gone so fast. I want to also cover two other segments. Okay, we
yes, yeah,
focus so much on food currently.
yeah,
What about we having optimized mind and
yeah,
then
yeah.
optimization
Biohacking,
of the soul?
yeah,
How do you biohack that through?
yeah. Biohacking is a three essential thing. One is optimizing our mind, optimizing our body, optimizing our soul. So
Okay.
until unless you don't do it, as I shared you, according to World Health Organization, we need to have all these things. So we
Mm.
talked about optimizing the body. Body means nutrition and oxygen and exercise. Now, how to optimize our mind? Okay, so this is where a lot of people optimize your mind and soul. Is the two areas. Okay, so this is where we need to do sit down sometime and focus on ourselves, where we are, what we are doing. Whether see a lot of people they go on running for earning money. uh, why they are doing it is not their passion, it is not their interest, because somebody says if you become an engineer you can get a good salary and you can do it, but there is no satisfaction in them. There are a lot of doctors who are not going for a passionate to help people, they are just
Right.
going to earn money. So that's where the purpose of life will come. Once you know your purpose of life, then whatever you do, you sleep very happily, first of all.
Mm.
Number two, you don't feel like you're working. Number three, you enjoy the process. It is not like dragging. You wait for when I can get the chance. So that is where mind, or the soul, you have to connect with what is your purpose of life.
Mm.
And then a little bit of nature. So going for a trekking, going to the nature. So when you go into the nature, you get pure oxygen. You drink a good water there, and you when you once you climb, you challenging yourself to climb something. You're going into the nature. It will teach a lot of things. That's where you're connecting with the nature. And then the spirituality. When I said one of the part, according to World Health Organization, is a spirituality. A lot of people get confused about spirituality. They think by donating some money to the temple, they go and pray in front of God that you give me this deal, I'll give you this donation. Okay, in every whether it's Muslim or Christianity or Hinduism, anything, so they go and pray, and they say, I'm going to give you the donation after I succeed in this. So in this way, people are donating crores of rupees to the temples. But actual spirituality is when you're giving something, you have to understand what you're giving, why you are giving. It is important. So I am into Rotary, I'm into so many social service things. So when I go and give to somebody who's hungry, if I give him a plate of food, the kind of satisfaction in his eyes, that is actually spirituality.
Mm.
Okay, that's where I feel like I have done something. My existence is some importance in this world. So similarly, a lot of people, somebody doesn't have a leg, if I give him an artificial leg, I feel satisfied, because of that he's able to mobile, he's able to earn his own money, he's able to do something. So instead of that, if I go and donate in the some charity, this thing like temple or this thing, so it doesn't give me satisfaction.
Mm.
Okay, so similarly, spirituality have so much other things. It's not about the religion. So religion actually given us the system. In religion there is a fasting. The fasting is not to just food. The fasting is our thought process. The fasting is many things. Okay, but we don't understand all that. We just fast, and we probably say I've done the fasting. In different religion, the fasting is how to control your emotions, how to control your food, how to control your many other things, how to do good things to people. That is what spirituality.
It's interesting you touch on this subject, and I think you might be a little bit away. Quite a bit of this is one thing that we have discussed also previously with another associate of mine, Dr. Alka, where we
Yeah.
brought in this thing called the
Yes.
dose chemicals. So
Yes.
what you're saying now, when you're giving this charity, it is actually some chemicals inside of you that's been generated. For example,
Absolutely.
oxytocin, and that
Yeah.
in itself creates your high. And
Yeah.
what then happens inside of you is you talk about the happiness and all of those factors. Now, how do we get this type of awareness to the public? I mean, some of the groups that we are working with are lucky enough because we are organizing group lectures and group
Yes.
awareness and early morning sessions and things like that for them to crystallize this. But we
Yeah.
need to get this out in the marketplace. What are you really doing for that outside that we can then template, and some of our people can start doing it in their own way? How can
Yeah.
we do
Yeah.
this
That's what I.
awareness?
Yeah, that's what I said. There is so many areas. So
Mm.
little doing everything. Like you talk about the chemicals. Love
Mm.
chemicals.
Yeah.
So as a biohacking, it is very important to have proper romance, proper
Mm.
sexual life. Okay,
Mm.
in India, they have found Kama Sutra. Kama
Mm.
Sutra, if we talk, I can talk about 1 hour about that, because uh, the pleasure. When you are in a pleasure, it is not about having different styles, but it is about pleasure. So pleasure means you are connected with Kama Sutra. You can actually reach to the destiny. You can reach to the God.
Mm.
So much of science is there which our ancestors has found out, but today people don't have time to do anything. I heard that Japan, they don't even marry. Once they give the birth to kids, they don't have
That's
time
it.
to take care of them. So we were
Yeah.
disconnecting from the nature. So the
Mm.
nature is to produce kids, love them, hug them, and every part you need to have a proper family life, you need to have dance in your life. When you dance, the so many hormones will come. When you meet a good friend of yours, then so many chemicals will come. So you need to have good friends, you need to have proper sexual life, you need to have proper friendship, you need to have proper social connects. So a lot of people are not connected with the social this thing. So that's also important. So
Mm.
charity is also important. Now when you talk about the chemicals, I just thought, I should share these things. And then we talk about the chakras or yoga have very very uh, they have done so many years of research, the chakras, the energies. So in when you do yoga, you once you do yoga, you have to go, the breathing and the mind and the body is synced with one, and the connected to the universe. So with play light music and you start doing yoga, you're disconnected with the all stressful life and connected with yourself, with the universal powers. So this is also important to have biohacking. And once you do this, all the system in your body, there are different organs in the body, this is all connected. That's where the yoga, actually yoga is not just for exercise, yoga is to stimulate all your organs in your body, the pancreas, the different things which will produce their chemicals, which is a balance. So our body is like a human machine. In the human machine, if you're putting instead of petrol, you're putting kerosene, what is happened to the machine? If you
Yeah.
don't have the in the air in the tires, then the vehicle will not go smooth. So these are the things, the proper nutrition, proper exercise, proper relationships, these are the things which will make us go smoothly, whatever age is only the number. So this is
Right.
what biohacking.
Do you want to just touch a little bit? I know, we've covered some areas of the hormones we spoke about in the other interviews, but here in
Yeah,
particular, I wanted to get into some of these alternative ways. For example, chakras is touched on. What
yeah,
about chai energy?
yeah.
What about chai energy? Can you address that a bit, please?
Yeah, these are all energy systems. Okay, when you
Right.
do breathing, see, basically, when you do breathing in the Thai, this thing, so you are actually mobilizing the energy into your system slowly, very. So here, the mind, body, and the you are connecting with the universal energies. So then what will happen is your energy flows in your body, and you will be mentally calm. That is there when the creativity come, that is the time when you can do so many wonders. Okay, you can understand. See, one more thing, now people are running and earning money. They don't know why they are doing. If somebody have Mercedes, I also want Mercedes. So if you really ask, do you want Mercedes, he want a vehicle to go to one place to other place. Okay, but just to show off, just to do this thing, they're doing. So once you are connected with the nature, with the universal energy, so Tai Chi is also actually in ancient India, they have started so many things. If you go into the history, the yoga, the people from India went and taught martial arts has come from yoga.
Hmm.
Okay, martial arts, how it comes is the all the monks, they used to live in villages and all in the hills. So somebody comes and attack them and try to take something. So they want to self protection. That's where the martial arts has come. The
Mm-hmm.
martial arts from India, it went to China and Japan, and it becomes popularized. Okay. Similarly, all the different things like massage therapy, to pampering ourselves is also important. You need to have proper pampering of our own self. Good massage therapies. So many things is important. Even biohacking. One of the method is to have cold showers or sitting in
Yes.
the ice. Okay. So this will actually gives you, it increases your metabolic system, it freshen up your uh, mind, thinking creatively. So nowadays all the sportsmen, they were using ice tub
Yeah.
showers, they're using proper this thing. So there's so many methods. So what I said is, just people are not understanding the whole, they're just understanding one thing. They just, I'm dieting, I'm exercising, they just think that. So until unless you don't integrate all the other parts, you cannot
It's not going
have
to
a
be
good health.
beneficial.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be beneficial. Right.
Yes.
Now, so we've just addressed parts of health, we've addressed
Yeah.
parts of the mind. Let's come into the soul and spirituality. How do we bring that element in to then have this full cycle of it all compact?
Right. See, that's right. Actually, yoga, when they started yoga, the ultimate aim of yoga is to connect with the God or supreme
Yeah,
power or the energy. So they realized first you need to do physical detoxification or physical. Step one is physical. That's where yoga is introduced. Okay, even now, if you want to reach to that stage, until unless you don't do proper exercise in yoga or in the gym, what happens is when you do exercise, your energy levels will flow properly. So that's the step one. Step two is a meditation, where you go sit and try to understand and introspect yourself, focus on your breathing. Like Gautam Buddha, he just sat and observed his breathing and he became an enlightened man. Okay. So once you sit in a meditation, then the third level is to connect with the
universe.
supreme power or reaching to the higher things. That can happen with any way, that can happen with anything, but this is the step. Step one is physical, step two is a mental, step three is a spiritual way of connecting with the God.
Great. You know something, I just quickly went through the chat channel now. I've got a very, very naughty lady in here. And she comes up and, Nadeem and David, you're doing so well. Everything is good on biohack. I love the cold showers. I love the ice tubes. What about ice creams?
Okay.
How do you put up? I mean, we are here trying to promote less of carbohydrates, less of sugar. Something else is, I want ice cream.
Yeah.
Right? That's the habit.
See, actually, ice creams is not good for health, in the sense
Right.
not only for taste or carbohydrates or anything. Actually, our body needs heat.
Uh-huh.
So in the stomach, we need heat to digest the food. So when we eat the ice cream, it will go and disturb the process of digestion.
Right.
Okay. For
Right.
some taste, something, okay, once a while it is okay, but every day if you are having ice cream inside, outside is good, but inside you are having, it is actually disturbs your metabolic system, because
Right.
we need a heat to digest the food, and you're putting the cold. And number two, when you are having too much of heat in the body, see, ice cream will actually create heat. Okay.
Mm.
So once you understand the Ayurvedic method, once your body is too much of heat, it has to be normal.
Mm.
So sinus will come when you are having a lot of heat. Your uric acid and you so many diseases will come when you are having heat. That's why yoga says you go meditate, cool down your system by having proper foods.
Right.
Okay. Please ask the questions. We'll able to
Yeah.
share the
You
knowledge.
know, the thing you just mentioned, I have a very close doctor friend up here in North Queensland, we call it. And
Uh,
he's actually an alternative medicine doctor, although he was an MBBS. And he
yeah.
related this thing that you're just sharing in this way. He said, your body currently, your temperature is supposed to be 98 degrees or whatever it is. Now,
Yes. Yeah.
if you drink cold water, forget ice
Yeah.
cream, if you
Yeah.
just drink cold water, he says it's like, have you seen a barbecue plate? It's hot,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Right.
Now, when you put, or even your dose kallu, the
Yes. Yeah.
dose
Yeah.
plate,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
as soon as you put water in it, it
The-
goes.
Yes.
So that's the same thing that's happening inside your body. So from
Right.
98 degrees, it comes zoom down to 92, 93. And do you think your body can cope with that sort of drastic shifts? And so when you have ice cream, if Dr. Alka is still there, this is what happens to your body, doctor. We should stop
Yeah.
ice cream. I know you love ice cream, park it aside. What we should have is warm ice cream. If you can get warm ice cream, that's good.
See, when
So,
when you have the cold showers, what will happen is your body will generate heat to manage this thing. So that's where body, when it creates heat, it also burn calories. It also good. So the balancing is important.
right.
I think we are coming to the end of the 1 hour.
We're not.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we're not. We've
Still,
got
we
another
have
10
time.
minutes. Yeah.
So, what I just wanted to share with people is living life is simple. Loving is also simple. Laughing is too simple. Winning is also simple. Then, what is difficult is being simple is difficult. So, I want
Ah,
everybody to live life simple,
simple.
which is see why I'm telling this is I handle so many people in my clinics. So they come and they say, I'm having this, I'm having that. They try to say proudly, but they're all doing wrong things. They're not doing simple things. See, for
Mm,
example, if I say you have some fruit like mango, so somebody I've seen in the YouTube, avocado is very good. Avocado is 500 rupees, 1,000 rupees, and I'm having avocado for good health. See, the God has given us the food which is local. I'm living here, whatever available nearby to me, that will have more vitamins and minerals. But some people promoting that avocado is good, or olive oil is good, or these are good. So that is good for that climate. Maybe that will have more calories. That maybe that. See nowadays how the people are actually disorienting everyone is somebody has done the research. Smoking is good for health. Okay, how once you smoke a lot of it will go and kill a lot of bacteria in our stomach, so people
yeah.
jump into that and start smoking. And so this way logical mind is important. We have to have our common sense. So we all disconnecting from common sense. That's what I wanted to share. Use your common sense. Who are telling whatever they're telling.
Mm. On this other aspect, when we talked about how we can become simple and
Yeah.
look at it from a simplistic perspective,
Hmm.
that's what the whole foundation, when you look at any fundamental lifestyle, it comes from a simple angle, and and that basically promotes the individual to slowly build up like in a building
Yes.
block. So when you
Yeah.
can build your eating habits, when you can build your spiritual habits, when you can build your mental habits from the base up, guess what then happens? You've got some structure in which you can continue to live that lifestyle, and therefore, because of that lifestyle, your aging is brought back. Am I correct in
Yes.
where I'm coming from here?
Absolutely.
Is that the
Yeah.
logic here?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. If that's the case, what we then need is some form of string of basics that you do into a practice. Like I think you're part of our what do you call that? Fire to wire.
Yep.
So in
Yeah.
that section, you are understanding some of the basic you have to do in the morning. Now, do
Yes.
you think we can run a section that will actually cover the fundamentals? These are the things you do for health hacking, for mind hacking, and for spirit hacking, and then
Yes.
get that into a routine like a 30-day or a 90-day or 180-day type of a setup, which then can help some of our followers to practice it from a
Absolutely. Yeah.
biohacking process for their life in long term. What do you think about
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
I know I'm
Absolutely.
throwing.
I'm doing online training to people uh, to follow certain systems. So as I said,
Hmm.
life is very simple. Don't be confused and eat a proper nutrition, proper number of calories. Once you come into ideal body weight, you can do wonders in the weight category. Then,
Right.
as we are doing fire to wire, we are having so many experts here. So they are actually sharing. Dr. Alka is doing so much of knowledge from her medical side. So
Mm,
I'm
yeah.
able to give some knowledge. So the combination can do wonders. The whole idea is to see my life purpose is to get up in the morning and every day I wanted to help people how to live life happily. This is
Yeah.
my uh, my purpose of life. So
It's
yeah.
it's interesting you say that, because the 90% of the people in fire to wire and in MRM, I have got that purpose. They're contributionary type people, and that in itself is creating some happiness inside, which boosts your
Yeah.
life up, and
Yes.
therefore reduces your age down. I
Yeah,
mean, it's a logical thing that happens. It's exactly what Dalai Lama says. Ultimate
yeah.
happiness is what you're striving for.
So for that happiness, I do dance. I
Right.
every day I add different dance forms. Someday
Hmm.
the tango, someday the different types of dance. So when you dance, you are again connecting with the nature, connecting with the, you're just forgetting about everything. You are when once you are dancing, you are just connected with the music and doing. But with that, so many changes, hormonal changes happens inside our body, so which
Right.
makes you like feel. So today I'm like 50 years old. So if I think, lot of people, once they reach to a certain age, they think, my life is end. After retirement, what to do? My This thing is happening. So you never become old until unless you think like a teenager, you think like a happy person.
Mm.
So nothing is wrong doing all, dancing and playing sports or doing, but according to your fitness levels. If you want to play sports, if you want to dance, you need to have proper shape, you need to have proper fitness. So that's where actually, uh, in this process, we get happiness, we get so many things.
Mm. True. Nadeem, on the whole, can you just sum up the areas that we've just covered into a little nutshell in a minute so they
Yeah,
can take away, the audience can take away with some form of practices that they can do? Can you just share that very quickly in a
yeah,
minute?
sure. See, normally we do the lifestyle assessment. We can do in the other session. In the lifestyle assessment, you need to understand what are the areas you need to focus. Normally, what we do is we all do what we are good at. We don't do what we are not good at. For example,
Right.
somebody is a bodybuilder. He goes on doing bodybuilding, but he doesn't focus on his nutrition or other aspects of his life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so mental or spiritual and all that. So like that, I have seen so many people, we just focus on what we are good at. So you have to focus on other aspects. Like one is, I said, the nutrition, what you're eating, the exercise, what you're doing. Then in the mental, this thing, are you stressful or are not happy? Why you are not happy? Which is the area and how to improve that area? That's what we have to understand. Then spirituality, I said, not just going to the temple, giving donation, praying God, but what is the impact you're doing to the society? Okay, whichever uh, you know uh, religion you come from, but what are the impact you're doing to the society? This is very, very important. Then the purpose of life. So many people I have seen, they do mechanical engineering and they go and do IT job. Okay, because they feel they get more money there. Somebody
Mm.
become doctors like Dr. Alka, and few people, they're passionate, they wanted to help people. But some of them, doctors, they want to make money.
Mm.
So in this process, they don't get a happiness. While they go and sleep, somewhere back of their mind, they feel that I got the money, but I didn't do what I've done. So like people are not selecting what is they passionate about. So they are not following their life purpose. So you, what you're doing, or the book which we are writing about the grail, is to evoke in the people how, if you follow your passion, once you follow your purpose of life, how successful you become. So if you ask Dalai Lama, is it he's a successful or not? If you ask Mother Teresa, she's a successful or not? So they're very, very successful, not in terms of money, but in terms
Yes.
of satisfaction, in terms of the ability to give back. So this is what the parents has to understand.
Mm.
Like biohacking, what I'm saying is it's all part of the reversing our age by following few things in our life.
Right. Right. It's so true. Unless you have that contentment, happiness will never
Yeah.
come. That's
Yes.
what happened with Mother Teresa and all the examples you give. So
Yeah.
that contentment comes when you do these type of practices, and many
Yes.
don't realize that. And these type of practices evoke from your passion.
Right.
Therefore, when you have all of this put together, it's like a trade, a process
Yeah.
plant. So when you understand this process plant and you follow that regularly till the day you die,
Yeah.
you're contented, you're happy, and you live young, just like me, 29 years old, not 92.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Nadeem,
even if you want to do good things, you need to be physically fit. You need energy. That's what I am trying to say. Okay?
yes, very true. Very true.
Yeah.
And it's funny, when people even get up and try to do something, when they talk, they don't have energy in their voice.
Yeah.
I use a word in South India, சத்து போட மீன் மாதிரி இருக்கிறாங்க. Like a dead fish. Okay. Now, Nadeem, I'm truly happy that you came on board. You had a chance to share with us. We will look at future, additions, snippets of things that we can share with the crowd. Truly
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you so much. And
Thank you
ladies
so
and
much for
gentlemen,
inviting me. I feel
it's up.
happily that I have contributed something to the friends and society.
Yeah, thank you. You will, and it's on channel. It's on YouTube, so you're welcome to have a look at that. And ladies and gentlemen, some of your questions we will answer that. If you want, you can email that to me or text me, and we'll answer that through Nadeem. Thank you so much. Take care
Thank
now.
you.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.